Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Many longtime watchers were disappointed by how these two figures were handled throughout the season. Chicago Med is still a popular show for a variety of reasons, such as intriguing medical issues, amazing stories, and some amazing performances. Without a doubt, Chicago Med includes a lot of interesting characters, such as Dr. Caitlin Lennox, who has emerged as one of the show's most notable characters. In fact, the show does such a fantastic job of developing interesting people that I sincerely hope it will soon add more important characters. Even though I love many Chicago Med characters, I still have to say that they can sometimes make extremely dubious choices. In fact, two notable Chicago Med characters severely let the show's viewers down for specific reasons in 2025. How Lizzie Asher let down Chicago Med fans in 2025. From the moment that Dr. Hannah Asher made her first Chicago Med appearance, the show's dedicated viewers have become very invested in her character. Given factors like knowing about Dr. Asher's struggles and the fact that Jessie Schramm is an extremely emotive actor, most viewers root for her to find happiness. As a result, when it seemed like Dr. Asher was working towards repairing a major relationship in her life, that was exciting at first. While it is perfectly okay for people to distance themselves from toxic family members, it was clear that Dr. Asher carried a lot of guilt and regrets about her relationship with her sister falling apart. So, when Elizabeth Lizzie Asher was willing to speak to Dr. Asher, I wanted the sisters to be able to make amends. What I couldn't have predicted is how disappointing Lizzie would be as a character. Throughout the Asher sisters' shared scenes, Lizzie's treatment of Dr. Asher followed an obvious and gross pattern. When Dr. Asher could be helpful to her, Lizzie was interested in recreating the bond they'd once had. However, anytime Dr. Asher was no longer able to aid her for a variety of reasons, Lizzie would cut her off. Whether it was asking Dr. Asher to risk her career or turning her back on her pregnant and vulnerable sister, Lizzie was the worst. Considering the high hopes I once had for her character, that was a wildly disappointing outcome. How Maggie Lockwood let down Chicago Med fans in 2025. Before anyone makes any assumptions, I want to clarify that Maggie Lockwood isn't included in this article because the character is currently absent from the show. I am sad that Maggie has disappeared from the show, and I think that her absence desperately needs to be explained from a storyline perspective. However, I completely respect the fact that Marlene Barrett stepped away from the show for her own reasons. The reason I believe that Maggie let Chicago Med fans down is because of the character's troubling behavior during a specific storyline. Almost from the moment that Dr. John Frost was introduced during Chicago Med Season 10, it was obvious that he and Maggie had a bond. Later during the season, however, the character's relationship was severely strained, and I believe that Maggie's involvement in that was severely disappointing. As his character's first season on the show progressed, viewers found out that Dr. Frost had a disturbing relationship with an adult when he was a teen. As viewers learned about Dr. Frost's past, Maggie also came to know about that chapter in his life, and the way she reacted seemed extremely out of character. Upon learning about her friend and co-worker's troubling past, Maggie opted to judge him for how he was deciding to handle the situation. While it seemed clear that Maggie wanted what she thought was the right thing for Dr. Frost, she wasn't there for him in the way it seemed like she would be. Instead, the character's once friendly and warm interactions became cold overnight as she pushed him to do what she thought was best. For a character who had always been depicted as empathetic, it was staggering that Maggie didn't seem to understand that judging how a victim of abuse reacts isn't helpful to anyone. Instead, the way that Maggie reacted to learning about Dr. Frost's trauma would have only served to make him feel more ashamed, even though he was the victim. I expected better of Maggie as a character. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my sister wives to our channel and stay with TS.